guys, it's Kimmi. I know you're here for the video and I'm gonna let you get right to it. But first, I have to tell you about the Notary Business Success Mentor Program if you have not heard. And it includes everything you need to get started in your business to teach you how to properly notarize using our course, Notarize Like a Pro. Apostilles, field inspection, ink fingerprinting, you name it, we got you covered. So check it out, including weekly live trainings and a 7-day-a-week chat. Oh yeah, you heard it right, 7 days. So check it out, notaryeducators.com. Bye. Enjoy the video. So anyway, I said, oh yes, I'm familiar with that. I do these all the time, which I do, right? Anyway, so she's reading her instructions again. She was like, oh, they don't want this filled out. So after we filled out everything now she's going to come and tell me, oh, we got to leave another part of the card blank. So we had to re-roll it. And I gave her a deal because she said she only needed one card. Like I told my sister, I was kind of upset about that in the future. At the end, she did give me a review. She was so pleased to do business with us, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I was a little peeved off because now you costing me time. See, I priced it at a certain point. I'm figuring you're going to be here 10 minutes. I'm going to make my money and you gone. Because I only charge her $30 for one card, right? I typically start at 40 if they come to me for two. So I said in the future, I think it's just going to be 40 because, you try to give people a deal. You basing it on what your experience has been, how long it should be, but it's always more. I get people that come and they'll be like, yeah, I got one document. It's actually 4. Or the one document, this guy came the other night and he needed, I didn't get to tell y'all about him. He wanted copy certification of a naturalization document. You cannot do that, guys. You have to know your rules. You cannot do a copy cert on an official document from the government. You cannot do a copy cert. So that's what he wanted, a copy certification of a naturalization document for immigration purposes to get his mom over from another country. So when I look at the document, I said, oh no, I can't do that. So then he presents me with his passport. I could do the passport, and then he wants a deal because he's a repeat client. He was a repeat client, but he wanted a deal. I didn't want to do it. So doggone it, when Jeffrey went to print something for him, he practically on his knees begging, I'm repeat. I come to you all the time. Can you give me a deal? Can you give me a deal? Okay, fine. So I take off $5. I wasn't taking off more than that. I shouldn't have taken off the 5. I really shouldn't. Because then we had to print it 2 more times. You see what I'm saying? So that's why when I talk about pricing, if I price a job and it's a little bit less than what I expected it to be, I'm not always changing that price. Most of the time I do not. Because it makes up for the time when I underprice something and it should have been more. You see what I'm saying? So that's why pricing is never an exact science. It is not. Now, in my pricing book, I give you a lot of things to think over. I have it here. I give you a lot of things to think over in this pricing book, right? A lot. So by the time you finish this book, you too will price like a pro. Pricing your services, let's talk about the money, right? Because pricing is very, very tricky. It's very, very tricky. What questions do you all have this morning? What are we talking about? Is everybody a notary? What state are you checking in from? Where are you on your journeys? My eyes are watering. Where are you on your journey? Yeah, I'm waiting on her. It's 12:30. So our appointment is at 1:30. So she's supposed to be here at 1 o'clock. But it's only 10 minutes away. So I was like, I'll hop on and go live. While I'm here waiting on your questions, I'm going to tell you about my appointment for today too. So anyway, with the young lady, I ended up charging her less than I typically wanted to. We got the card completed. The second card was even faster than the first card. And it, again, wasted my materials and my time. So my lesson in that for us is always a lesson. When someone comes to you and they have instructions, ask them, you may even ask to see the instructions. Typically, I do. If someone brings me an I-9 form or like her fingerprinting request was a little strange than most I get, I'm like, hey, can I glance at that? Loan modification. Hey, can I see the notary instructions? Because a lot of times they want to tell you part of it like she did. I mean, if she had told me up front, we would have been finished 10 minutes faster. right? And then when it came to accepting the payment, I'm gonna give y'all one more tip on this one. I guess I had not logged into my Square in 90 days. Logged into it. I've used it within 90, but you know, I program it to remember me. So I guess it's been 90 days. So when she went to pay me, she wanted to use her credit card. And it didn't work out because when I went to log in, I did not have my password. I had it, but I would have had to look it up. So at this point, again, she kind of ready to go because we had to do 2 cards, and that took a little while. Plus, we chit chat a little bit because she's in the medical field. My sister is, and I had worked at the hospital and stuff. So we were just chatting it up a little bit. But anyway, I couldn't get the stupid Square to log on so I could process her credit card, which I was kind of glad because don't forget now, I gave her a discount on the card, right? I gave her a discount on her ink fingerprinting. Now you took longer than it was supposed to, and we had 2 cards, right? And then we get ready to pay, and now you're gonna use your credit card, which I typically don't care about this. I do not, but that means I got to pay a fee on that. Okay, a couple dollars, whatever. I usually don't care, but now I'm at 30 and we coming down, right? So she ended up Zelling the money, and the Zelle took longer than everything because now you know Zelle don't play. If you've never paid nobody, if you've not paid that person before, Zelle is very, very picky. They want to make sure you are paying who you are paying, right? And there's no refund. They'll let you know that this cannot be undone. So anyway, she paid with Zelle. All was good. But the note is always have your passwords easily accessible. And maybe even log in after a month or so to make sure you are logged in. Because I use it so much, I'm always logged in. So when I had to log in this time, I'm like, oh, are you kidding? So for those of you who may be brand new starting your business, check out the Start Your Notary Business book. Start your business, start your notary business in whatever state you're in, fill in the blank. And they are available at notaryeducators.com, okay? Every state has their own book because every state is just a wee bit different. And you may say, well, Kimmi, how can you teach all states? Well, because as I always say, all of your documents are not going to originate in your state, wherever you're from. So you need to know how to process everything, okay? That's what I do. I teach you how to process everything. Woo! We got a nice little message from Clarice. Hold on one second. Let me read Clarice's message, and then I will tell you about my client for today. Clarice says, I'm in North Carolina, and it seems they have our hands tied as far as pricing. I seen on the video where you said there was a workaround regarding this. I have not found that workaround. Help, please. Yeah, so we had a student in North Carolina, Clarice, and of course I'm going to always push back on you to double check your with your state, and they don't teach you how to run a business. So this is where it gets tricky too, right? The state is not in the business of teaching you how to start a business. They teach you a few things about notarization, but it's very few about that, right? Most people don't even have a handbook. And I'm finding that in mentorship, I'm like, go get your handbook. And they're like, well, I don't have one. Well, every state has something. It may not be a handbook like I have for my state, but every state has something on their website. They have some rules that you have to abide by, every state, but none of the states teach you how to start or run a profitable notary business. They do not. That's not what they're in the business of doing. Okay. No more than a person that sells hamburger meat. The cow person is not teaching McDonald's how to sell hamburgers. They give them the meat, but they're not teaching them how to start a hamburger chain. Okay. Does that make sense? So same thing with your notary business. It's up to you to learn how to start a business, how to run it in such where you can make money. So we had a North Carolina student, and he said that the workaround is you cannot charge more as Clarice A. Smith, the notary. But if you're running your business as Smith Mobile Notary, sending someone out, that's how you can get around the travel fee. So the travel fee thing, because North Carolina is pretty strict about the travel fee. However, he was saying if they're dispatched in a different way. So, and we all know this, though, they don't expect a business to go out and charge the same thing as an individual would charge, right? So that's the workaround. So you got to, again, do some homework on that, network with other notaries. And if you are tied when it comes to general notary work, then I always, because I got a couple states that are kind of strict on that pricing, I highly recommend you start doing loan signings because that's not restricted. It's a completely different ballgame. You would say, well, don't they count the notarizations? Yes, but that's a completely different thing. So whereas a loan modification package, you may be able to charge $75 to the signing company, and that's what they're paying you when it comes. And don't ask me why, guys. This is one of those things that drive people insane in this notary space, the inconsistency. So why is it that a signing company can pay me 150, but then when I go out here, I can only charge $5? Why? I don't know. I didn't write the rules. I learned how to play the game.